Tacoma beaches are a year-round outdoor oasis.
Get tips for protecting your pet in the heat.
And the Tacoma Police Department announces progress on a more than 30-year-old cold case.
All that and more coming up next on Tacoma Report.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor.
And I'm Angie Foster. Tacoma Police Department detectives, in consultation with the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office, have developed probable cause to arrest an identified suspect in the 1986 murder case of Jennifer Bastian. This case was never closed as the department continued to investigate new tips and review existing case files.
I just want the citizens of Tacoma to know that public safety is our priority in the city of Tacoma and the Tacoma Police Department. In instances where we have crimes of this magnitude that impact the families, the victims in our community, our police department will never give up. Will never give up.
Department detectives located and detained the suspect out of state to face prosecution in Washington. To watch a recording of the recent news conference, go to the Tacoma Police Department's Facebook page or tvtacoma.com. The Tacoma City Council adopted a temporary ordinance to enhance tenant protections that took effect May 14th. The ordinance extends the eviction notification requirement from 20 to 90 days in the city of Tacoma when tenancy is being terminated due to demolition of the dwelling, substantial rehabilitation, or a change in use such as turning rentals into condominiums. The temporary ordinance will sunset on September 30th, 2018. City staff are working on researching and recommending permanent tenant protection changes to replace the temporary ordinance.
The city is taking an innovative and artful approach to connecting people who are housed and people who are experiencing homelessness through the city's first Artists in Residence program. 2 artists were selected in late 2017 to begin working on encouraging understanding and placemaking. The artists are preparing to begin site reclamation work and social distancing events this summer. The program is a partnership between the Office of Arts and Cultural Vitality and the Neighborhood and Community Services Department. It's being done to enhance the city's efforts to address homelessness in the community. Major construction is about to begin on a bridge that links Fife to Tacoma's industrial areas. Stacey Ellifrit has more on this project that will replace 1/3 of this long-standing bridge.
The Puyallup River Bridge, located on Puyallup Avenue between Portland Avenue and Milwaukee Way, is about to undergo a major construction project.
Well, the Puyallup River Bridge project, what we hope to accomplish is a major first step towards replacing the entire transportation corridor known as the Puyallup River Bridge. A lot of people think that it's just one giant bridge, but really it is 7 bridge segments. And what we want to accomplish is the big step is replacing 3 of those bridge segments.
Construction will begin May 21st and is anticipated to be complete in February 2019. The bridge will be closed to vehicles and pedestrians during this time.
So starting at what we call the river span, which is over the Puyallup River, and going west into Tacoma, there's a concrete span we'll replace. Then there is a truss span that goes over the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad. And then finally there's a 3rd span that goes from this truss span to Portland Avenue. So we'll remove all 3 of those bridge segments and replace them with brand new bridge.
When completed, the project will also add new street lighting, sidewalks, bike lanes, and other amenities. Funding for this phase of the project is coming from a number of sources and has an estimated construction cost of $31 million.
In addition, I'd like to say we're really cognizant that this is a 100-year decision. So this bridge will be here for the next 100 years or more. So we want to make sure we use good judgment and get the proper channelization.
Work on the bridge is expected to run from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Motorists can follow detours that will lead traffic onto Lincoln Avenue Bridge and onto I-5. For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacey Ellifrit.
Visit the city's site to find out more about this project and to review the construction schedule. When we come back from the break, we'll find out what's being done to help combat a growing problem.
Kurt Gordon will join us to talk about how the Tacoma Fire Department is deploying a specialized kit designed to save lives. Stay with us. According to the Washington State Department of Health, approximately 2 individuals die each day in Washington State from an opioid overdose. Locally, the Tacoma Fire Department has seen a 50% increase since 2013 in the administration of Narcan by paramedics for opioid-related emergency incidents. Tacoma Fire is pioneering community distribution of free opioid overdose rescue kits to help address the epidemic. I want to welcome Kurt Gordon, a paramedic with the Tacoma Fire Department, who is here today to discuss this innovative approach. Welcome to our show today, Kurt. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what is the goal of the program?
The goal of the program is to reduce mortality and morbidity in the Tacoma population, and it's to also provide hope to opioid users and to give them that first step in the stop using opioids.
And how does the program work?
So we respond to many opioid overdoses a year, and once we have solved the medical problem that we responded to, we will offer the patient an opioid kit. And so the kit will have some information inside of it and also a life-saving medication called Narcan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what exactly is in the kit?
So inside the kit, I kind of broke it down. There is there's nomenclature, and some resource paperwork for the patient or the family of the patient to give them numbers to call and resources for them to access to help them make that first step and stop using. And also in it is this nasal Narcan. It's just in a little blister pack. The medication is stored inside this administration device, and you put it in the nose, and you can administer it very simply. So as users are in our community, in our homes, if their friends and loved ones know that they carry these kits, this medication is so simple to administer. It's similar to kind of antihistamine type medications that we get over the counter. It's very simple to administer. So if family and loved ones know that the patient has this medicine, they can also administer it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are other cities doing this?
There are some other cities in the works to get a program started. We were the first in Washington State to get a program up and running. We partnered with the Point Defiance AIDS Project, the Needle Exchange here in Tacoma, and also the University of Washington Alcohol and Drug Abuse Institute to get the program up and running. And it's got about 3.5 more years left. But we were the pilot city to kind of get started and do this Leave Behind program.
Wow. When did it kick off?
Kicked off in January. So we're coming up on several months here, and at 6 months we'll do a review and see how effective the program has been and what kind of changes we might need to continue the program and have it be at its best.
Awesome. Kurt, can you share with us what can families do to protect their loved ones?
That's a great question, because I think most opioid users, the stats are that they don't plan on becoming an opioid user. So if we can do 2 things, really, have safe storage of our medications, all medications. So if we can keep them locked and keep them accounted for. And the second thing would be, once we're done with the medications and we've finished the course, and if there's any left over, that there's safe disposal of the medications. So medication can be taken to any police department station or substation. They've got lock boxes in the foyer. You can drop the medications in there anonymously 24 hours a day, and they get disposed of. And so if we can get all these medications out of the home, then friends, children, other visitors don't have access to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Kurt, thank you for being here today, and to the Tacoma Fire Department for all of your guys' focus and hard work to make a difference. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
After the break, we'll learn more about a green infrastructure project happening in Tacoma.
A green stormwater infrastructure project is wrapping up on East 40th Street. Stacy Ellifrid has more on this project that works to reduce neighborhood flooding while also improving traffic safety and enhancing the pedestrian and bicycle experience.
The mission of the Environmental Services Department is to create healthy neighborhoods and a thriving Puget Sound, leaving a better Tacoma for all. A project on East 40th Street is wrapping up that embodies this mission.
The genesis of the project began with a concerned citizens phone call to the City of Tacoma Environmental Services Department to install rain garden to minimize local flooding.
Since then, Environmental Services partnered with other city departments and agencies to design an interconnected, sustainable roadway with safety elements, all while balancing the needs of those working or living in the area.
The City of Tacoma design team met with the Eastside Neighborhood Council, Blix Elementary School, the residents along this street to address speeding, localized flooding, lack of school-safe routes to school, and lack of connectivity for bicyclists and pedestrians to other trails.
From a stormwater perspective, the project will also provide improved water quality and flow reduction to 30 acres in the First Creek Lower Puyallup watershed, among other amenities.
The project team designed a 16-foot wide concrete shared use path spanning from McKinley Avenue to Portland Avenue for connectivity to the upcoming pipeline trail. The project also installed 150 street trees to create a buffer between the roadway and the concrete shared use path. 13 biofiltration swales were installed to treat polluted runoff from adjacent side streets.
Biofiltration swales are sloped, vegetation-lined channels designed to remove small, solid particles that stay suspended in rainwater. In addition, over 7 blocks of new road were installed at a reduced width to improve traffic safety. This stretch was made a permeable roadway.
Permeable pavement allows for rainwater to infiltrate through the roadway, which is in contrast to the traditional asphalt, which allows for rainwater to run off the surface and into the traditional catch basin storm systems.
Other improvements were completed with Tacoma Streets Initiative funding. These include replacing stormwater pipes, installation of LED streetlights, and an additional 5 blocks of traditional asphalt pavement. For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacey Ellifrit.
To find out more about this and other green stormwater infrastructure projects going on around Tacoma, visit the city's site. Dozens of miles of coastline make up Tacoma's waterfront, creating 3 iconic public beaches enjoyed by the community. Tacoma Report's Dave Gordon takes a look at these shorelines to find out more about what they have to offer.
Tacoma shoreline weaves along Puget Sound for miles. Remnants of industrial activities, maritime transportation, and even an established old-growth forest complement the city with 3 well-known public recreational areas: Owen, Titlow, and Ruston Way beaches.
I mean, where can you go and sit and have a snack or something and just watch the water and the animals? Like, we just seen a big old seal come up out there.
Ruston Way is my favorite, and then next is Titlow Beach.
My favorite beach is actually Ruston Way down at the end.
And I also like Owens Beach because it has sand there, and you can dip your toes in the sand and you bring your grandkids and let them play right there.
Owen Beach is nestled along the forested old-growth trees of Point Defiance. Known for smooth, worn gravel, the beach slopes to the water with access for just about any aquatic adventure. Titlow Beach is part of Titlow Park. The beach itself was once the ferry connection between Tacoma and Gig Harbor. The beach is a mix of boulders and sand, making up a community shoreline. Beaches along Ruston Way were once the maritime industrial section of Old Tacoma. Time and the elements carved up the shoreline with boulder breakwaters and smooth pebbles, creating micro beaches, mainly accessible at low tides. These 3 beaches have something in common: popularity and cold water. Puget Sound water temperatures rarely get to the mid-50s, even in the middle of summer.
Warm summer air temperatures are feeling really good, but the water here in the Northwest, this is cold. That's why I'm wearing this suit. It kind of keeps me a little bit warm, although I'm freezing right now in the water.
Summer events keep the beaches hopping with events like the Freedom Fair. There's water sports, or just exploring, all along the Titlow, Owen, and Ruston Way beaches.
If you and your family want to splash around in warmer summer waters, you may want to check out some of TPU recreational freshwater lakes. Whew! For Tacoma Report, I'm Dave Gordon.
For more summer fun, check out these Tacoma beaches at Metro Parks Tacoma website.
Ocean Fest is a free festival on Tacoma's waterfront happening on June 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Foss Waterway Seaport. The The full event schedule will include arts, crafts, and eco-partner booths. Participants can also get out on the water to try a kayak or a rowboat and enjoy watching a critical mass paddle. Learn more at tacomaoceanfest.org. Some big improvements at one of Tacoma Power's summertime fun destinations are in place as the outdoor recreation starts this week. There's a new, larger swimming area that can be used at lower lake levels and a much longer boat launch at Mossy Rock Park in Lewis County. The park is one of the most popular destinations for visitors to the Cowlitz River Hydro Project. Last year, Tacoma Power lowered the original maximum level of Rife Lake as a temporary precaution after the U.S. Geological Survey issued new seismic design criteria. That impacted recreational access, so Tacoma Power spent this spring working to ensure the park will be more enjoyable this summer.
In order to mitigate some of that, because it affected our swim beach and affected our boat ramp here, that we decided to update those and upgrade those so the boat ramps are now a lower level, and we're adding a new ADA access and a new ADA parking lot, and we've also moved the swim beach over because the old swim beach is high and dry.
Also included in the improvements are a new boat dock that can be moved with varying lake levels and new lakeside parking lot with pathway for disabled visitors. Spring runoff will bring water levels up in the new swim area, but there's no estimate of when the original lake level will be restored. Tacoma Power is evaluating potential seismic impacts on spillways of nearby Mossy Rock Dam, so it's keeping the lake levels below those spill gates only as a precaution. Up next, we'll get some tips to keep our pets safe in the heat.
And we'll find out how we can beat the heat too. Don't go away. Longer daylight hours and warmer weather gives residents a chance to get out and enjoy local green spaces with their pets. Here are 3 simple tips to keep your pet safe this summer season. First, limit exercise on hot days to the early morning or evening hours. Second, anytime your pet is outside, provide them with plenty of shade and water. Finally, never leave your pet in a parked car for any amount of time. Here are a few tips for what residents can do if they see a pet in obvious distress locked in a car on a hot day.
First, make sure you get the make, model, color of the car. Description of the car is really good. We also like a description of the dog. So if you can see if it's a big dog, a small dog, if there's more than one, if the dog looks like it's in distress, if it is panting, if it seems to not be as aware, if it's not barking at you, if you tap on the window and the dog doesn't respond, call 911 right away. If you are concerned about the dog in the car, but it doesn't look like it's in imminent danger, you can call the pet line at 627-PETS. We will have an officer respond. After 4 p.m., call 911 or the non-emergency police number. Our officer that's on until 9 will be able to respond.
For more information on animal control, including hours of operation and contact number, visit their website.
Looking for ways to beat the heat? The first recreational swim is free on the first Saturday of the month at Metro Park's pool locations. There's People's Pool in Hilltop, which is Tacoma's newest public indoor swimming pool, 4 other pools, and 10 spray grounds. For more information, go to Metro Park's website. Tacoma Water employees take pride in what they do and how well they do the work that ensures a reliable and safe water supply for customers. They also like being the best at what they do and proving it among peers at other utilities. This is called tapping team competition, and it's to find out which team can accurately tap a water line into a water main in the fastest time. Tacoma Water will be well represented at the National American Waterworks Association competition coming up next month. Both the men's and the women's tapping teams, composed of Tacoma Water employees, placed first at the regional games held recently here right in Tacoma. The men will face 23 other teams from around the country, and the women will compete against 11 all-female crews. There will also be a Tacoma Water employee in the Meter Madness competition that tests how fast a worker can reassemble a water meter from a bucket of parts. Good luck to our Tacoma Water teams.
And finally, the annual community cleanup events are happening now through August. There are 10 cleanups remaining. To find out when your cleanup is happening and to learn more about how to participate, visit the city's website. That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report.
A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Until next time, I'm Angie Foster.
And I'm Laura Proctor. Thanks for watching.